And what Jesus Christ practiced at that time would be what we call the traditional discipleship, where he had to move from place to place, inviting his disciples to come with him to, be fishers of men.
But I can tell you that if you are not strategic and deliberate in the use of online tools, right? In the use of apps, in the use of social media, in the use of, church systems like, we have church ERP to grow the faith of people so that they're able to follow Jesus more closely, you can't implement digital discipleship. There's so many tools out there. I've been talking about them, and it's not just throwing everything right out there. It is to look at your growth plan. It is to look at your mentorship plan and see which of these tools can work together to create the sort of growth pipeline that you've designed for your members. As we begin to bring this conversation to a close, now the digital space is not 100% without the odds and without its challenges. So sometimes there are distractions. So in your planning, you have to be conscious of those distractions and put measures in place to curtail them. There can be digital fatigue, so people get tired because there's a lot of screen and all that, so there has to be some balance. And then some people say, you know what, I don't like this digital thing, I want to speak to somebody. So you have to have that balanced connection, because people want authenticity. People want to be able to speak to someone. They don't want machines. They don't want devices. They want a real human being that can show empathy and all that. So there's always going to be a place for that. However, we can always balance with digital tools so that we are, ahead. People, of course, need to discern, between truth from not.
Follow them on social media. Connect with them in the space that they're in, whether it's your child or if you're a youth leader and you're working with them, and you follow them and you interact in that space because you provide that connection that they need. In Great Britain, Bible sales are up a whopping 87% since 2019. And this trend, listen to this, is driven mainly by the next generation.
In talking about spiritual accountability, I will be talking about both personal accountability, that's your personal responsibility to live by the principles of our faith, as well as looking out for your fellow or younger believers. I'd like to close with this scripture, which is in Hebrews 10:24, the Amplify Classic version. Let us consider and give attentive, continuous care to watching over one another, studying how we may stir up and incite one another to love, helpful deeds, and noble activities.